equals negative 2x squared. So this one is purple. Is the purple fatter or skinnier than the green one?
Fatter.
Yeah, it's slightly fatter. So the smaller the number, the fatter it's going to be. So the orange is like somewhere between the green on my paper and the pink on my paper. Okay. So that's what happens. The bigger that number, the skinnier you're going to get your parabola to be. So in conclusion, the graph opens which direction if A is positive?
Up.
Okay. And if A is negative?
Down.
Perfect. Okay. So that's that. And then the last one, we kind of investigate that coefficient a little bit more. This 2 in front of here. So did anybody need this? Sorry. Do you guys need to copy that down, or am I good to move it?
I think you're good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, we're going to finish so early. Okay, so then it says the graph of the function. Oh, so it asks us to graph this again. Graph it for the 100th time. All right, so there's our original, y equals x squared. And then it says in a different color, graph the 2x squared, and then it wants us to also graph the 1/2 x squared. So we've got 2x squared. I can just change that. And then let's change this one to 1/2 x squared. Okay. So now our purple is the 2 and the blue is the 1/2. So how do those compare?
The 1/2 is fatter than the 2.
Exactly. So I'll go ahead and put in this. So this one's going to be a little skinnier. Oops. I'm going to go up like this. Okay, and then the 1/2 is going to be a little fatter because here, so instead of 1, I would have 1/2. Instead of 4, I would have 2. Instead of 9, well, I guess, hold on. Yeah, instead of 9, I would have like 4.5. So this one makes a slightly fatter parabola. Okay. So this one, so both of them are going to be stretched. This one's stretched vertically. So the graph stretches vertically by a factor of 2. And this one stretches horizontally by a factor of 2. So this one like pulls it up by a factor of 2. This one pulls it out by a factor of 2.
So when it's compressed, is down?
So yes, kind of. Compressed, we call it stretching horizontally. And it's going to be when it's a fraction, something less than 1.
Okay.
Yes. Very good. So here, the same sort of thing would happen. So the change in the graph, here it's stretched vertically, but it's by a factor of 3. And then here it's stretched horizontally, also by a factor of 3. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing. It's just a little bit more dramatic because the 3 and 1/3 are bigger and smaller numbers, respectively. Okay, so the graph stretches vertically. If it's a whole number, so something bigger than 1. And it stretches horizontally. if it's a fraction, something less than 1, but it does have to be bigger than 0. So A is between 0 and 1. And if A is negative, it reflects over the x-axis. Okay. What questions do you guys have? Does this make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk through very quickly what the rest of like expectations are for today. I guess actually I wrote really fast at the end and also kind of sloppy. So does anybody need a minute to look at the notes?
This was assigned, right? Through Desmond. That was like one of the homework, I think, assignments.
Yeah, it was a classwork assignment, I guess last class. And you had to submit like your progress on it that day.
Okay.
Yes.
When are you gonna start putting stuff in the grade book, or has none of our stuff been graded yet?
I have not had time to grade it, but it's gonna go in very soon. Y'all are next. I literally spent. Am I good to unshare my screen for a second?
Yep.
Okay. So on Friday morning, I spent 4 hours just putting in grades for like one of my classes. Because I spend all of my time during the day like making sure the videos from the last class are like up, making sure the like next assignments are up. So grading is like, it takes forever, but I will be putting in grades. All of your homeworks will count, all the stuff you've submitted will count. And we'll go through, and if there's something that was like submitted wrong, I'll just have you submit it again. I'm not gonna like penalize you for not doing it right the first time when I didn't correct you weeks ago. Yeah. So let's talk through very quickly. That was a really good question, and I definitely should be. If I had infinite time, I would have it done. Okay, so let's go through what we need to do for today. All right, this is math 3, not you guys. Here we go. All right, so for today, the rest of class, you have a Desmos transformations game. So transformations is what we just went over. All right, this one is like a card sort thing made by the district, and you're matching different things together. So if you click on this, it'll take you to my like activity that I have you doing, the page with it on there. I tell you, like, this is not going to be a graded assignment, but, and I need to change this date, obviously, this needs to be September 10th, Thursday. So I apologize for that. You'll just click on the link or go to student.desmos.com and then put in this class code. It'll come up with your name and just run through it, and it'll take you straight to the activity. So you'll just like put in whatever your name is, click go, and then there should be instructions and everything on there. So this and then the other activity that I have are like basically practice for the quiz that you're going to take today. So it wants you to match each graph to the expression. So the black is like the parent function, and the blue dash is the transformation. So it's asking you to look and see like how each of these things are transformed. They do functions in here that were not in our function families list. Like they have an exponential function here, a random function here. I'm not sure what this one's called, like a sine function. So just do the best you can. This is not graded, but I want you guys to practice it. You can use like open Desmos in another tab and just see like what these things do. So give that your best shot. And then the next activity is one that I made. So that one was by the district. This one is the one I made. And do the same exact thing. This one is having you match graphs to the actual function that they go with. And this one should be really good practice for your quiz. And then the next assignment is a quiz. And you have a long time to do this quiz since I didn't tell you about it last class. You have until Friday at midnight to get this done. So it's not like this is due at the end of class today or anything like that. But for this, you'll have to click on it and like actually open it up, and you can do it on notebook paper, and then you submit it like you submit a normal assignment. Please don't like open it until you're ready to take it, but you can use your notes, a calculator, and Desmos. Just stay off your phone unless you're doing like Desmos test mode. And then your parent or guardian needs to sign the bottom of your notebook paper with your work, or if you printed out the printout of the quiz saying that you didn't cheat, basically. So you guys have until Friday at midnight to study for and take this quiz. It's over everything we've done so far, not just the transformations of functions. So what questions do you guys have?
For the card sort, do we turn that in?
Desmos will tell me whether or not you've done it. And both of those
okay,
are
that's on both of them.
Yeah, both of those are ungraded practice. So that's just practice for you for your quiz. But I'm not going to grade either of them.
But you'll be notified that we did it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I don't think I'll have a problem with you guys. In my other classes, I told people that if I saw that like nobody was doing it, I was going to call parents. But I don't think that that'll be a problem with you guys.
Okay.
So, yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, if you have questions before you take your quiz or anything, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to help. But other than that, I'll let you guys go ahead and go and get started on those practice things, see what you can figure out. And if you want, you can go ahead and start on your quiz, whatever you guys need. So, oh, and I will say, if you think you did terrible on the quiz, don't freak out because I let you guys do quiz corrections. So you can always go back and do it again. So don't panic. Don't try to cheat. You'll be fine. All right. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to stay on. But otherwise, I will see you guys next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.